Welcome to the second episode of the Azure Files. Thanks for the enormous response on email. Please keep them coming.
Please do keep them coming, because that way our bosses will keep us here and you guys will get all the cool info that we give you every week.
Let's discuss the t-shirts quickly. I like your shirt today.
That looks pretty cool. Hey, I see we guys shop at the same thing. Is that R for a Python? Or is it just,
no, this is not the Microsoft language R. I thought it was, but there must have been a sale on the shirts.
Okay, well, okay.
All right. So, I think let's get straight into the question of the week. The question for this week is from James in Milnerton.
Wait, James. We know James. We were in Cape Town a couple of weeks ago. What Tech Summit, and we had a couple of beers with James. Yeah, I know James. Yeah.
What could be the odds it's the same James? We don't know, but James, thank you for your email. And your question is, so James says his company is only starting its cloud journey. He asks, is there any benefit to moving to the cloud aside from the hardware not being on my premises and me only being built for what I use?
Okay, so James, this is cool. You're in Milnerton. You don't have to have clouds, because we know that's a bit of a touchy subject right now. So what we can do though is there are benefits of having hardware in the cloud versus on-prem. One of the cool things is the features, as security. As you know, in South Africa, security is pretty cool.
Like James is saying, being built for what I use, I think that is something all cloud platforms do at the moment. And I think it's really in the comparison, how you compare hardware to cloud servers is going to answer that question. For an example, if we looked at some features in Microsoft Azure with availability sets, we know that an availability set is something you don't currently pay for in Azure, and it deploys your virtual machine onto a separate host within the same data center for when they do things like patching updates and when they do some configuration in the back end. And essentially, your separate VM gets put onto what's called a fault domain, and that's essentially more availability than you'll ever have on-premise without buying another hardware box.
And I think a cool thing about actually moving into the cloud is you don't have to worry about the power going into your data center. What happens if we have load shedding? No issues. What happens if a meteor hits the data center? You might have bigger things to worry about your data, but at least your virtual machines will be somewhere around the world ready to go.
100%. I mean, I think you know me, I'm like the innovative person. I love the innovative and creation side of Microsoft. And I think so, apart from just moving something as is into the Azure data center, I think that once something is in Azure, apart from all the other benefits that you get with regards to the availability, the security, the power, all of that stuff that you no longer need to worry about, I think that once something is there, you've got immediate availability to go and find something else that could work for you, that could drive innovation to, oh wait, we've been using this application for years, it's performed this certain task. Let's see if there's a tool in Azure that we could use to extract some more data from this and see what we can do with it. Maybe it sparks an idea in your head that sort of allows you to do something different.
And that would kind of be platform as a service, which is a lot of stuff that now Microsoft is actually pushing.
100%. So I think the platform as a service model is definitely something to look at. It's definitely the way forward. So James, to answer your question, I think that if we did a proper comparison with the availability sets as well as the security that you get as a benefit in Azure, we could probably get more value than just being built for what you use out of the cloud platform.
And James, just for you, if you don't know this, Microsoft will be putting data centers in Cape Town, coming in mid-year, hopefully. So you will have your own Azure data center in your region.
Yeah, and the DCs are coming to South Africa. That's going to be a big benefit. I mean, I think that's going to be one of the phenomenal things, the game changers in this market.
So Cape Town, another good reason that you don't need cloud. The data centers are coming to you.
That is our question of the week. Thank you, James. The next thing we do as part of our show is the geeky facts of the week.
Okay, so as I alluded to that, so as we all know, it was mentioned a few months ago, Microsoft will be deploying 2 data centers in South Africa. One in Johannesburg, one in Cape Town. No need for rain, so the cloud is there. So that's the geeky fact of the week. Guys, hope you enjoyed the show. Please keep sending those questions. Matt and I need to keep busy.
Thanks for joining us, and please don't forget to subscribe.